So for the past 6 months, I've recorded every single one of my planche sessions. This consisted of me recording every single workout, all my reps and sets, all my attempts, and near the end, I would just articulate, justify, and explain my experiences and reflect on what was going on in the moment. And after all these videos I've made, I've never really, I've never really questioned, or at least brought about the point of remaining critical to what I'm doing. I have never really evaluated the integrity of my ambitions or motivations. It's always been something in the back of my head, but I've never clearly, confronted it. So, I've been thinking about this, and no, would a sane person even record every single session for a whole 6 months and talk about everything, just find patterns and recognition and just constantly question and continue to doubt and revise everything? No one would really do this. And I'm thinking, why am I doing this? And when I think about it from the very start, my first notion, or at least what really instigated me to do this was I really want to find a methodical way of approaching the planche. I just wanted to have this full blueprint that I could just give to any random teenager or any random adult, and they could just follow it for the next 2-3 years, and they would have the guaranteed solution to finding the planche. Now, obviously, it's not as simplistic as I defined right there. It's never too easy. It's just, you can't do this, and the practicality of it is near impossible to theoretical potential. Now, when we think about it, when it comes down to fitness, weightlifting, even gymnastics, it seems like people have found the blueprint, or at least they found the key to how to progress and improve with a guarantee progression. So, why is it that when I have learned my own experience and applied this to my own anecdote, why is it that it didn't work out? And I've realized over time, or at least maybe I've been in denial of the fact that calisthenics and skills is something that's very unique to the individual, to how you respond to stimulus. And you got all your leverages, your heights and your weight, all those other factors. And yes, you can go into all of these physics and deconstruct every single leverage and torque that's demanded on your shoulders and stuff. But what is that going to justify? It's just going to justify how disadvantaged or how advantaged other people are. So in that sense, after all these evaluations, I've come to the point that calisthenics and skills, you have to learn it. You have to embrace the progress. You have to embrace the process, and you just got to constantly experiment. There's nothing you can achieve with a very rigid and a very stubborn mindset, because no matter how much you program it, the same program will never work. You will need to have at least 20 or so programs over the course of 3 years that is constantly cycling or shifting, or maybe going back to your original stimulus to ensure progression and prevent regression. So as a matter of fact, the way I've looked back at my sessions all before is being stubborn with my programs, not allowing any change, and just over trusting the process has led to plateaus, and has brought me into denial and a lot of ignorance. I almost feel like there's such a contradictory nature to it, because a lot of people that go into calisthenics and learn the planche, they don't care about programming. They don't care about how many reps and sets are, what are the ideal dynamics and what are the ideal isometrics and that the ratio. They don't care. They just do whatever, and it seems like it's most effective for them. So why am I even doing this? Why am I even recording and making such an effort to make such a methodical approach to planche? And so initially it was just, I want a blueprint. I want to find out a clear way of like deconstructing the planche. But over time I've realized it's more about appreciating and having a diary. Like I really enjoy just looking back at my stuff and like seeing the progress, seeing whether I've regressed. Like it's fun to have something to look back and reflect, because although I don't really have as deep or comprehensive like philosophical, like I guess mode ambitions towards this stuff, it just seems like doing this and just like recording what my experiences were is really enjoyable. Like I can't really articulate it, but I just really like having something to look back at, seeing how I approach certain challenges, and what did I do, or how can I reevaluate it so that I can improve on it. And if I ever do go like expose myself to a challenge that I've gone through before, how can I approach it in a more efficient and effective manner? What can I do to just maximize my appreciation and just like how I go about these challenges? So all in all, aside from just like the programming factor and just reconciling like that the traditional weightlifting styles, like programming towards calisthenics, it's a bit more just about understanding the journey really, and just like reconciling my experiences. And maybe through a revision of all my historical stuff, maybe I can come to a conclusion and find tips. It's definitely going to be a lot more general and not as simplistic as like the traditional means of training, but it certainly will be it certainly will have some form of correlation and at least like ways to maximize progression. So yeah, that's basically it, and I'll finish it off here.